speaking from our personal experience, and I'm in the mindset of wanting to be the best version of myself, continuously growing, so that I, not growing like height or anything else, but you know what I mean, growing as a person to achieve a better life, the best life I can have.
I'm hoping to grow some height myself, actually. I mean, it's kind of like a weird cross-training thing, right? Because we're really like micro movement athletes. Like it's a lot of like, you can do crazy things with your digits, you know? Like this is crazy. But if you're training for like, I don't know, if you're training for soccer, football, right? And then you're trying to play American football, you have done a lot of the wrong things. So there's this antithesis of like being a micro movement athlete, like being a musician and being an actual, what we normally regard as a athletic person. So it's not just us that, you know, are trying to fight that contradiction, that like toughie of those things being opposite. I know a lot of musicians struggle with this stuff, and that's probably true for other artists like painters and stuff, writers, you know, same problem. So dude, you were talking about a little routine that you have been getting into. Would you like to give people a general a synop, you know what I'm saying?
A synop, lovingly referred. Yeah, so I feel like some helpful context. I live with a whole lot of chronic pain, which I think is becoming part of the conversation more so. Like people are coming out and sharing their stories about that. For me, it lives in my back, which is like a horribly inconvenient location, given my piano abilities and singing and just how much your body requires your back, obviously. So for a long time, pre-living in the desert, I really struggled with finding a routine that wasn't like outside of water or low impact. But now that I'm living in the desert and I'm loving the climate, I've kind of felt this fresh inspiration to go for kind of quantity and quality in short spurts. So 4 weeks ago, I started 5 days a week doing like cardio Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then doing like a very focused muscle group Tuesday, Thursday. And I did 3 weeks of that and I loved it. It was literally just trying to get myself to go do these things for 30 minutes, like capping it at that. And also training my mind mentally to like be fully present in those 30 minutes. So like not being distracted or like specifically trying to avoid the like center of my brain that's like, I hate you. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Complaining about the activity at hand, but seeing it as like a means of like physical freedom and strength and endurance and bettering my musical craft too. So I started that, and then this week I've been doing some I could talk for a long time about this, but I've been doing some heart rate stuff. So I'm trying, I find that it's hard to do exercise without a goal, because sometimes like going to the gym and being like, well, today I'm doing this because I want to be a better musician. That's not enough most days for me.
Nope. No. I'm with you.
Yeah, we're human. Kudos to you if you feel like that's easy for you to do. But for me, I live in a beautiful mountainous location. So I have kind of set my sights on a goal of being able to do really super long hikes by November. So like we're talking like 12-mile guys in one day. And that's really helped. So I've been trying to work on my heart rate, staying in a certain range that keeps my body in kind of a challenged state where it's like, okay, like heart rate's definitely elevated, but I have to maintain this for a long time. Which is also helpful, I'm finding. It crossbreeds into like performance anxiety and like like when you're in a heightened state of like adrenaline, you know, your heart rate like bumps up, you know, maybe 140, 150, 160. That's about where I'm training for cardio. So I'm doing 45 minutes and I have to stay in that zone of the heart rate. And I think it's going to be interesting to see the payoff of that in not only like hiking and all that good outdoor experience stuff, but also to see it in the high adrenaline musical performance settings too. Because I'm training my body to thrive in that place. And surely, I mean, for long gigs especially, that's really taxing to like feel your heart rate elevated, to feel your whole body kind of sitting on this like uncomfortable edge. So it's a mental game too, and I love it, and it's hard, but I feel so good after. Physically, I feel great. Mentally, I feel like I'm stretching what I thought I could do, and like it's kind of stretching my identity at a deeper root, and it's good. So I love that. You're really into weightlifting, unless you have comments on that. I'm curious about your weightlifting.
My workouts are not lifting my self-perception at this point. I just want to throw that in there. Like it's definitely been negative. I don't know, man. Like I'm an old guy. I'm starting to hit that middle age, and like I have not, especially the last 3 or 4 years, have not done what I've needed to do to keep up. So dude, I love walking. Like walking is my guy. Like centuries old, everybody does it, you know, like we sit too much. Walking fixes so much stuff. It fixes the cardiovascular problems. It fixes a lot of the, or at least it's a start to fixing a lot of the flexibility things, especially if you kind of watch your gait. It fixes the cardiovascular problems. And it definitely becomes meditative for me. It's like a thing where I don't take the phone. I used to do like podcasting or phones, like audio listening stuff on those walks, and I don't do that anymore. Like it's just totally meditative. Have a little conversation with your little inner voice. Talk to Jesus a little bit, you know, heaven forbid, you know, just or zone out, you know, like that stuff has been really good. But yeah, I've been hitting the weights too. Absolutely. You know, I'm weak. Like I'm a weak guy right now. Am I getting stronger? Yeah. So that's been kind of exciting to watch the progress. I'm actually always surprised how much my chunky little monkey of a being can gain strength in certain exercises over a certain period of time. Because there was stuff that I like could not do even 2 months ago that now that's like the weight that I'm at for moderate activity. So I've been feeling that. But you know, I'm doing machines. I'm doing like training wheel stuff, man. Training wheels, bro. I want to be able to do pull-ups. That's always been the depressing exercise for me. It's still depressing. I can't report that it has become undepressing at this time, but it's getting better, and so I'm feeling it. You know, I'm feeling it. I feel like I actually have lats in my chunkies of fat in here somewhere. I feel them now. There are latissimus dorsi in there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I also have like have had people say, "Oh man, you look bigger," and they don't mean like I've been eating whole bags of chips, because people have also said that. No, they mean like there's like some muscles happening, which is good, you know? I mean, it's certainly the stage look, the narcissism, the ego, maybe not full on. You know, I don't have a clinical condition that I'm aware of, but you know, the ego boost, you know, that's cool, but it's also just trying to be around for the wife past 55. Like don't just like go for the heart attack cheeseburger and the couch sitting. Like try to do something that works better. I've been doing a lot of stretching. You been doing some stretching, dog?
That's the area I've sucked terribly. So bad. I forget that that's a thing, and then I'm like, why am I hurting so bad? Well, it's because I'm pushing my body and I'm not I'm not giving the recovery to the muscles, so I need to do that better. But it's really good.
Have you experienced the foam roller before? Have you given yourself
Oh
a
yeah,
foam roller?
I got that like big guy that's like more than half my body size.
Everybody needs a big guy. I got a medium-sized guy and a big guy. I got some exercises on the big guy for spinal flexibility and mobility that are pretty awesome. I got some upper body stretching stuff because if I didn't, I would be dead. Like, dude, there was a point where I was like not moving so much and then just sitting at the piano, and dude, you just, it's not good. I'm just gonna put it that way. It's not pleasant.
Yeah. Yeah, I think all of that, especially if you're putting in a lot of time at the instrument of choice, there's people don't think about the consequence of like not tapping into the movement of other mediums and the stretching, and all of that is so critical. And again, it can just maximize what you do. It can also like alleviate the pressure, like the physical pressure of playing too.
For shiz. It's like good old cross training, man. Like, it's great cross training. Like, you already got these micro movements, just like start to move the rest of it. And I'm telling you, it pays dividends.
Yeah. So if you have an interesting little routine that helps you, or you've never thought about the cross training concept and want to get into it, we'd love to wholeheartedly, unprofessionally talk about it, because again, we're not certified. There should be so many disclaimers right here. We're not certified. We don't know what we're talking about for real, but we know that these things work for our individual scenarios, and it's good. And efforts to keep this short for you.